What is up and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Revoke, and today we're going to be deep diving into the ever-evolving world of online and content creation. Today's episode is a roller coaster ride through the highs and the lows of YouTube fame, exploring how some content creators, once relatable and down-to-earth, take a detour into the realm of entitlement and ego as the dollars roll in. We've all seen it, and the rise and sometimes the fall of our favorite content creators. It's a tale as old as YouTube itself. Fame and fortune can transform the most genuine personalities, turning them into something almost unrecognizable. But what happens when the ego trip begins long before the fame sets in? Today, we're unmasking the YouTubers who seem twisted from the very start, taking you on a journey from humbling beginnings to the pinnacle of online stardom. And today, you guys, we're going to be talking about Rich Lux. While Rich Lux covers a lot of controversies and controversial content, we're going to be talking about the controversies that he has caused for himself. And you guys, all these claims and accusations are going to be coming from It's Me, Vanessa, Duh, and the YouTube channel Dustin Daily. We're going to be diving into the first situation, you guys, and this is going to be including Nikocado Avocado in one of his thumbnails, and a lot of fans and people who just seen the thumbnail in general were very upset with his choice. Nikocado Avocado is an internet personality with a substantial online presence, particularly known for his controversial mukbang content, and he's going to be the first person we're talking about right here during the Rich Lux situation, you guys. It's really crazy. His audience grew significantly as he garnered attention for consuming portions of food that were a lot larger than those of an average person. Over time, his weight tripled, raising concerns among many about his potential health complications associated with obesity and the sustainability of his content creation. Rich Lux, a fellow content creator, capitalized on the intrigue surrounding Nikocado Avocado by uploading a video with a thumbnail featuring a Nikocado and a background image of a car crash, provocatively titled, "Nikocado Avocado is Dead." This move sparked a strong reaction from fans and online friends who reached out to Rich both publicly and privately. However, Rich deleted any public comments from his friends addressing this controversial and shocking behavior. In response to this backlash, Rich Lux thought it would be a good idea to release an apology video to Nikocado Avocado, which he monetized, further upsetting fans who questioned its authenticity. The apology included clips addressing the controversy where Rich referred to himself as a controversial queen, you guys, and he explained that he took down the video due to the negative impact that it had on his audience, but he failed to fully acknowledge the wrongfulness of clickbaiting a struggling YouTuber's alleged death. It's one thing to cover situations going on, you guys, but to sit here and say, that's like me uploading a video about Eugenia Cooney and saying, oh, she's gone. It would be totally wrong to do, you guys. So just imagine, it's just crazy to think that he did it and thought it was okay. But throughout this whole apology video, you guys, Rich Lux downplayed the severity of the situation, treating the Nikocado Avocado drama as just another instance of YouTube controversy. Despite being criticized as one of the worst YouTube apology videos, some viewers appreciated that Rich didn't resort to fake crying, a common trope in such apology videos. And when he did apologize, he never truly apologized for his wrongdoing and the misinformation and the clickbaiting of the thumbnail. I can't even say what he said as well as he did, so I'm just going to play the clip for you guys where he apologizes, and y'all can tell me what you think about it in the comments.
Okay, so before we get into the drama, I do want to say this. I know I am a controversial queen. And so the video I posted about Nikocado Avocado and the clickbait title that caused so much ruckus online, you know, I took a step back. You know, I would hate to think that a video that I would post causes so much anger and misery and animosity, and I just don't want that vibe. And so I was thinking about, you know, moving forward and things I'm going to do differently in the future, so I decided to go ahead and remove the video from YouTube. Because honestly, it's just not worth the drama, girl. And again, I just don't want to think that a video that I made caused so much anger on the platform. So that's what it is. I'm going to go ahead and move on. Let's talk about this drama.
I know what you're thinking during this apology video. It's not even giving apology vibes, but he wanted to talk about some drama. And when I first seen this, I was thinking maybe he's going to address the drama that came with the whole controversy of that original upload of him claiming that Nikocado Avocado did die, and that is not even the case. So during this apology video to Nikocado Avocado, he decided to bring up a drama Nikocado Avocado was currently going through, with him allegedly scamming his fans. So during his own apology video to this creator, he decided to bring up a scandalous situation that that creator was currently in, which in my opinion is not even an apology. It's kind of like, hey, I did this, but let's talk about this situation that he's going through. That's not even an apology video, and that's what he titled it. And this sent a lot of fans and people who just seen it in general to be like, what the hell?
So basically, he's been allegedly scamming a fan, but I don't know. Is it really a scam, or was it a glitch in the Matrix? We're gonna talk about that.
Speaking of a glitch in the Matrix, I thought I clicked on an apology video, and I must have slipped through the cracks of the Matrix glitch, because this is not an apology video. So not just this video or this incident, but so many other instances that he has caused and been a part of, you guys. A lot of people are just saying that he is super controversial himself, and even his friends feel the same damn way. And this is very sad to say, but even his true friends, you guys, who used to be very close to him, have all came out with multiple videos throwing allegations at him for how bad of a person that he truly is. And I just think it goes to show, through him being friends with Eugenia and then using her for all these clickbait and views and clout and doing these interviews with her and titling it like interviews, like he's really sitting down with her and he's just sitting there joking and gaslighting everybody along with Eugenia. And him trying to be friends with Jeffree Star right now is also just adding fuel to the fire of the type of person that a lot of people have already thought that he is and are accusing of him to be. With that being said, we're going to dive into It's Me, Vanessa, and we're going to be checking out her video on Rich Lux, because she has been friends with him since he had around 3,000 subscribers, and along with Dustin Daily. And I just thought that this situation is pretty intense, because these are people who have been around through the whole YouTube ride and journey. So let's hear what she has to say about him. It's pretty much a mess, and I'm just going to go ahead and play out her video, most of it, give my commentary, then we'll finish out her video. But it's crazy. Let's dive right into it.
I do want to discuss my personal experiences with Rich Lux, because I want you guys to know exactly the type of person that he is and how he is puppeteering a lot of the behavior that's going on given this whole entire situation. Rich Lux is someone that I considered a friend for many years since I met him in the summer of 2019. I want nothing but the best for him. I wish he would be a better person than what he is, but he just truly is not. His behavior over the last few years has been absolutely disgusting and appalling at times. There's been many of us that have tried to privately and publicly speak to him about his piss poor behavior, but it just falls on deaf ears because he just truly does not care. He sees the majority of people around him to be beneath him, and he is better than everybody. I have personally watched Rich hand a wallet, a little card reader for about $20 from a Michael Kors store, to one of our friends and said, "Here, girl, so you can stop being poor." He loves to call myself, because I was working a regular 9-to-5 job at the time, and another one of our friends who is, does not have a lot of money. He loves to call us poor. I watched him as he handed this wallet, and he started saying, "I'm going to make you the next Teresa Romer." No one wants to be the next Teresa Romer.
I 100% understand that this is another content creator talking about him, you guys, but just hear me out. The fact that this is somebody who is his friend or was his friend, and he treated her this way in public, especially his other friends that were there. I personally would never want a friend like this a day in my life. Now, I'm somebody who didn't come from a lot of money, and my family still don't come from a lot of money, and it is what it is, you guys, but I never see myself ever, and pray God keep me humble through this journey now. I never will become that person who, say I do get successful online, say I do get brand deals, this, that, and the third, I don't care. Say that I do end up getting successful online, I would never go to my family member or my friend or anybody and be like, "Here is a $20 wallet, so you're not poor." Sis, I don't even get it. If you're calling her poor, then just buying her a $20 card reader wallet. Like, sorry.
Also, speaking of being poor, you called myself and the same friend poor again in a Walgreens store, probably about a year or so later. And I also think it's really funny that you call us poor, given the fact that majority of your videos, when you're sitting at these long tables and you're like, "Okay, guys, what's on the agenda for today?" You're sitting in the media center of the high-rise apartment that you live in. That's not your house. You don't have offices. That's the media center. It's not something that you own.
I think this is a crazy point, because you see a lot of the times that YouTubers and TikTokers and influencers in general, they will put off this like crazy lifestyle or make it look like they have super extravagant things, and at the end of the day, it's just something borrowed or just something that they're using for content to make it look like that is the situation for them. And so often I say it's just so unrelatable to see those things, and I don't understand why they would try to make content to be relatable. And they use all these things that, I mean, I don't know. I just think it's crazy. Let me know what you guys think about that little comment that she made about that. And let me know what you guys think about other content creators who actively do the same thing that Rich is doing.
Your pretentious behavior is absolutely disgusting, and no one likes it. I have tried to privately talk to you about this multiple times. I always told you that people would like you if you were a lot more relatable. This whole entire you stepping out of Uber Blacks while someone is holding an umbrella for you and opening up your door, and someone else is recording you while you're walking out of this SUV, pretending that there's droves of people in awe that Rich Lux is there. Girl, no one's looking at you.
I personally can't stand that when you see celebrities or somebody who just like, they have more of a following or more money or whatever, and they have these people who are walking around literally opening doors, how she just said, and holding umbrellas for them if it's raining and they don't have an umbrella over their own head and they're still holding it for somebody else. And I'm the type of person, I don't care how much money or fame or whatever I may acquire in this lifetime, I'm gonna be like, can you get under this umbrella with me? Because I'm not comfortable being shaded from the rain if like you're gonna be holding the umbrella for me and like you're in the rain. I don't know, that's just how I feel about it. I think you should treat everybody with respect, even those around you. Shit, if he's holding an umbrella for you, make sure he at least has an umbrella to hold for himself, or buy him an umbrella hat. Those hats are pretty cute. I don't know.
Okay, so let's talk about the cake incident that you made a video about. I wasn't even aware until a few days ago that you made a video about the cake incident. Anybody that knows me, I am highly and deathly allergic to almonds. I cannot have almonds even on my skin. I'll break out, I'll get hives everywhere. It's really bad. Rich bought a cake for Nick for his birthday, even though I had already purchased a cake for Nick for his birthday, and Rich knew about this. But no, Rich being Rich and having to be the center of attention had to get this grandiose cake for Nick, even though I was having one made that would have been really funny and really shady and Nick would have appreciated it. But like I said, Rich being Rich, he had to be the center of attention and be the star of the show. And not only did he purchase this cake, he also went to another friend of ours, Dustin, and said, hey, listen, do you want to get on this cake? Blah, 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 blah. And Dustin sent him $175 for this cake. There's probably no way in hell this cake even costs $175.
It's really, really crazy that Rich Lux is making it seem like he's living his best life and has all this money and blah, blah, blah. I mean, Rich Lux, right? And he's literally asking people to go halves with him. And this has been, if you guys go watch her original video, guys, her name is It's Me, Vanessa Duh. And you guys, this video is titled Rich Lux is a Horrible Person, and she goes into a bunch of different details and different things that had happened. But in this instance, I just think that's crazy that he talks about all the time how he's rich and he has it and blah, 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 and look what he's flaunting. And then he has to ask people to go half with him on buying a birthday cake.
So this cake had almond extract in it. I cannot have almond extract. Again, I'm deathly allergic to it. When I took a bite of this cake, I could tell right away that it had almond extract, but my tongue and mouth did swell and I could feel my throat tighten a little bit. Now, Rich claims that during this whole entire time, he was checking on me and making sure I was okay and everything was fine. And that's absolutely 100% not true. But you also, the whole entire time, harassed me repeatedly and asked me and demanded repeatedly that I apologize to one of your assistants because I made a joke after they spilled a drink.
So Vanessa ended up making a drink with Rich Lux's assistant, who did end up coming to Nick's birthday party, guys, and the situation spiraled out of control. He spilled a drink, Vanessa made a joke about it, and they all laughed it off. But then when she had this little allergic flare-up and she kind of had to step back for a minute, you guys, everybody was checking on her, and Rich Lux was there demanding her to apologize to his assistant for the rude joke, saying it offended him. And she ended up speaking to the assistant later on the next morning after like she felt better, and she asked him, hey, I'm sorry, by the way, if like I offended you. Did I offend you? And he said, no, like I thought it was funny. And she said, well, that's crazy because Rich like was demanding for me to apologize to you. And he's like, I don't need an apology. Like, you did not offend me. So the fact that Rich was trying to spin the situation like she did offend him was literally crazy. And it just goes to show who he truly is at the end of the day. Mind you, again, these are all his friends. These are the people that he was hanging out with. So I just think it's absolutely nuts. And I think it really goes to show who his true character is. And hey, if he would ever hang out with Jeffree Star, I think he would fit right in.
Good morning. So I got a phone call yesterday. Rich Lux, celebrity news and gossip.
I really hope he don't answer the phone like that. Can you imagine just like, hey, can you call him just to see if like he has like the invoices or something? And hello, celebrity news and gossip. What the fuck? I'd be like, what? I really struggle to remain serious whenever I do long-form videos. That's why I try to keep them below the 8-minute belt or the 8 to 10-minute belt, because when we get to this point in the video, I'm just kind of like, phew. But you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get into what Dustin Dailey had to say about Rich Lux. And this was from years ago and then again last year, you guys. And these are just all allegations, but the fact that they like fold so much into what Vanessa Duh said, it's just troubling to see that this is how Rich Lux truly acts. Not just on camera, but off camera. Like, his online presence was already a little bit startling to me. But you guys, I get it. People do, like, pretty crazy shit for views and stuff. So I get it. And I get, like, the rambunctious energy. It's funny, I guess, for the kids who watch his content. But I don't know. Something was always off about Rich Lux. And it's something, like, sometimes, like, how he stuttered at the beginning of that Rich Lux celebrity, you know what I mean? It's sometimes I feel like his character is, like, slipping when he's on camera, and it's pretty uncomfortable to watch. But the fact that Dustin Dailey and all these people who were friends with him for years, like, all went out to events together, they attended Disney together, and they're all speaking out about his true character. It just really goes to show you.
Just let you guys know my side, because I know this dude is literally never going to say nothing, because that is his like game plan. He never addresses drama about himself unless it comes to like a situation where he has to make an apology video and he's crying. Literally the only time that Rich Lux ever addresses anything, because he thinks that it affects his brand. I was friends with Rich literally when he was sleeping on his mom's garage floor. When he worked in the chemical plant, I would talk to him literally all night. I would have to get up the next day and go to work. I talked to this man when he was making videos and had 3,000 subscribers. Well, not even recently. Last August or July, sometime, when we were in Vegas, he literally embarrassed me to the point where I wanted to walk away. And I did walk away because it was so bad. We were in Bellagio, and apparently he gets some kind of special treatment because he spends so much money there or whatever. And he was like demanding an escort because he said fans were going to come up to him and they were going to harass him. And he was like giving this girl that was checking us in the 3rd degree. And literally, there's only been like maybe 1 or 2 occasions where I have been out with Rich and people have came up to him. It's always me or Nick that people come up to. And I'm not saying that to be shady. I'm not saying that to be funny. And I'm not lying about the situation. This happened.
I understand if you hit a certain following, you guys, and you want to have a security or somebody, especially an escort, if you are out in a public venue or something and you need security to go to spot A to point B. And I understand that, but the fact that, okay, it's hard to explain what I'm really trying to say here. I understand wanting security, but not needing it and then hyping it up to be, well, I need it because I am this big and bad image and everybody's going to be flocking to me and like I'm the center of attention and you should know who I am. It's kind of like a ew moment. It's a really ick moment, and I hate whenever, and we talked about this so many times in this video and past videos, when people hit a certain point in fame or money or even online presence and they think they're this big persona and that everybody should just drop to their knees while they walk through and like part the fucking Red Sea just so he can go. And this really bothers me, and again, it just goes to show who Rich Lux really is. And watching his content, because I never really watched his content until just this year, this month even, whenever I started covering Eugenia Cooney, then he was there, and I started looking into his content, and then the first video I ever really made about him was with him responding to Jessie Smiles, where he just cussed her up and down. And I was like, there is no way he is like, well, you know? Like, he has to be, like, somewhere mentally in limbo.
You're spineless, and you have no moral compass whatsoever. This is Rich Lux's coverage of it.
Does he have the exclusive?
Of course.
It's always trash-talking me that Rich Lux needs to be this deplatformed. First of all, who are you to judge, Jesse? Who are you, Jesse?
That escalated so quickly. I almost missed out on bleeping him and lost rights to monetize this video. Y'all, this is a video I made earlier on my channel, like a couple weeks ago. I don't even know when. Go check it out. Feel free to go check it out. You don't have to go check it out. But I'm just gonna let you guys know about it because this is a video that I was talking about whenever I said it. This is the first real video I watched of him, like, from his channel. And I've seen him covered, like, on other drama channels. I've seen them talk about him, and I've seen them, like, use clips of him. I've seen him in some short videos, like with Eugenia or, like, talking to Jeffrey on live streams. But it was really all short-form content. I never sat down and, like, watched one of his videos. But I like Jessie Smiles, and I support her, so I wanted to go ahead and watch this and see what it was about. And I was like, sis, like, this is not it. And I was shocked that this is, like, his behavior and his attitude and, like, the way he goes about things. I had seen in one of the comment sections somebody talking about Rich Lux, and they said this one thing, and it was pretty cool. This one man was so poor, all he had was money. And that's how I kind of feel. I agree with that comment. I kind of feel like that is Rich Lux spot on. Some people are so poor, emotionally, physically, and just soul-wise, that they have nothing but their little bit of money or large sum of money that they have, and they're just a shell of a person with no real friends or morals. And I feel like that is Rich Lux to the T. And I'm sorry if I offended anybody, not really. This is just my conclusion that I have drawn of him from watching not just Dustin and Vanessa's video, but there are so many other videos of different people speaking out about him, guys. There's videos where DMs are released from Rich Lux, and I feel like that's a little too personal. I don't want to get into that. But it's just so sad that you really have all these people out there. It's not just Rich Lux or Jeffree Star or Eugenia Cooney who don't have, like, a real friend out there in the world. It's just sad to see that they do it to themselves so often. And Rich Lux is one of those cases, and I'm so shocked that his true behavior on camera, that character that he plays, is not a character. It's him. And it just finally makes sense, all his behavior online. I know a lot of you guys who are in my channel and follow me are also following Rich Lux and do like him and his content, and by no means am I trying to get you to change your mind and opinions about him. This is just my opinion that I formed about him and the video that I decided to create to voice my opinion about him. I don't want you guys to send hate to Rich Lux. This is just how I feel about him right now as a person, and it's sad to me, honestly, that somebody can go so far down a rabbit hole, getting just a little bit of money and grip and online presence, that they lose any bit of morality and any type of genuine friendship. And I don't know if this is how he was prior to even getting the fame as well. Fame, I call it fame because it at this point is. And it's sad. It's really sad to see that even when he had 3,000 subscribers, he was still kind of a douchebag. I hate that Rich Lux didn't age well, because from how they speak about him, how he came from sleeping on his mom's garage floor and working at a chemical plant to now literally getting the blessing to be able to sit down and give his opinion and make videos about people and have steady income and be able to do all these luxurious things, that he doesn't appreciate his friends and the people who kind of came up around him. Or even, I don't know, it's driving me crazy. Let me know what you guys think about this situation in the comments. Please don't go send hate to anybody, even Rich Lux, anybody in this video that we talked about. I do not encourage you guys to go send hate to them in any way, shape, or form. And if you do want to form your own opinion about Rich Lux and you never heard of him prior to this video, please go do your own independent research, watch his videos, and form your own opinion after that, and not just off of this one video. With all of this out of the way and being said, I'm so curious to hear your opinions about it down below, so go ahead and run to that comment section and let me know what you guys thought about this video. Or if you guys are on my side with this is just another unpopular opinion from an unpopular girly, so I'll catch you in my next unpopular video.